And I came to notice that we all weren't talking. We were all sucked into our iPhones. Technology has progressed over the last 20 years that has made the impossible possible. Today I see 4-year-olds who know how to use an iPhone, which to me is brilliant that their mind is able to work this device, but how did this happen? Where did this start? How did this come about? Turning into a digital age in which we are relying on this technology. Today we're connected at every instant. We have the ability to surf the internet as we walk, stream music as we walk, and the most basic, text and walk at the same time. Many of us cannot leave the house without our cell phones. If we don't have it with us, then we feel naked. How have we changed to become this type of society? And how can we change it to make the next generation not as reliant?
I think somewhat. I mean, scientists have said that it's impossible to devote your attention to more than 2 tasks mentally.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. You have to multitask to pass college.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I have an iPhone that multitasks pretty well.
Like, with technology?
Yes.
Honestly, no. Not really. No, I definitely wouldn't say.
No, I can tell like a difference in the way I talk or like the way I walk, like if I'm like looking at my phone or if I'm talking to a friend or something like that, like I'm not completely focused on their conversation or my homework either.
Yep.
Yes.
It would be hard, but yeah, I can.
Yes.
No.
I can go without it, like on my computer, but like it's on my device, so I check it.
Yes.
I like when I don't, but it's very, very seductive.
You do?
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably not. Like checking email, because it keeps you like connected with others and like up to date.
Yeah.
I would feel
Yeah.
like I'm missing out if I like didn't check
Have the
it.
internet.
Yeah.
I can go without the internet, and I did over Thanksgiving. I mean, I live in the country where we don't even have cell phone reception, so when I go home, it's sort of like total isolation, and I really enjoy it, though. It's not, like, hard for me.
I think that's almost like, it's almost like blaming violent behavior in young adults on video games. You know, are we relying, maybe as much as we're relying on anything else, you know, it's like, well, are people too reliant on their cars? Well, no, because it's there, it's a tool and you're supposed to use it. Now, there are cases in which, you know, you have to go through the research, you know, when I'm teaching the research process, and I have to make it very clear, you know, don't go to Google. You know, I mean, this has kind of become a catchword. Be like, well, what is that? Be like, well, Google it. Google. Are we reliant on that? Well, yeah, because it's a tool that you can rely on, and it is a helpful tool.
During the summer, I read a book.
Probably about a month ago. Other than a textbook, that was high school.
I'm supposed to read books, but I don't read them.
Do you SparkNote them?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the beginning of this semester.
Last semester, probably. 4 months ago.
For a class, freshman year.
Well, I mean, it was through the semester, but like, I mean, like a couple weeks ago. Not.
No SparkNoting.
No.
Okay.
You're an English major.
So am I.
You haven't read a book? I mean, we've read parts of books, but I haven't read an entire book. Wow, that's gonna sound bad. I probably haven't read an entire book since like last year.
I read all of my required books for class, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I love reading, and I think that that's a good sort of excuse to just sit down and read a book is when a teacher assigns you some good literature. The best thing you can do is for yourself is just to sort of sit there and indulge in reading it.
same kind of way. I don't think that you can put, if in fact we're seeing critical thinking in young adults being diminished, that's too easy to blame it on the internet. You know, you can't just be like, yep, it's that fault. And that's the one reason that students aren't critical thinkers. I don't believe that. I think I think in a lot of ways, if you understand how to use the internet, you have to be a critical thinker. You know, when I'm shopping for a new car seat for my child, you know, I'm going to find a lot of different products. I'm going to find a lot of different reviews. I'm going to see a lot of different prices and different manufacturers and all that other kind of stuff. You have to be a critical thinker to be able to sort through all of that information. Yeah. So again, I think there are a lot of ways in which the internet can reinforce critical thinking. I think maybe the misconception is the internet is some kind of like catch-all, you know, and if you don't know an answer to a question, then the internet will give it to you. I think you can find the answer a lot of times through the internet if you are an experienced researcher, if you are thinking critically, if you know what site is a reliable site, what site, you know, you don't want to go to a blog necessarily by some Joe Schmo and be like, well, obviously that's the word of God because look, I found it on the internet and that's the way it is.